Prime Minister Narendra Modi has begun his three-day trip to United States, a significant visit to boost Indo-American ties, and also because it comes after the PM's meetings with leaders of both Russia and Ukraine. The Indian Prime Minister is in Delaware currently, where he will participate in the Quad Summit and hold bilateral meetings, including one with President Joe Biden. He will then head to New York, where he will attend the Summit of the Future at United Nations and address the Indian diaspora.
That's right. So we are still at the DuPont Hotel where the Prime Minister just arrived shortly, and he is going to be leaving in just a little bit to go to President Biden's house where the bilateral meetings will take place. And later on in the evening, the Quad Summit between the four nations, US, India, Australia and Japan, is going to take place. But there was a very warm welcome that he received here at the hotel, and now the media carricade and everybody is ready to leave with the Prime Minister to go to President Biden's residence.
All right, my colleague Rishabh Pratap is joining us and getting us all that is expected out of this crucial visit of the Prime Minister to United States. Rishabh, the Prime Minister is in Delaware currently. The Quad Summit, a very important summit as far as the security and stability of the Indo-Pacific region is concerned, is going to be happening. Get us the latest of what we can expect from that Quad Summit.
Well, the Quad Summit is definitely very, very important. And this is the sixth Quad Summit, fourth in-person Quad Summit. Remember, the last Quad Summit happened in Hiroshima on the sidelines of G7, given that Joe Biden, the US president, could not travel to Australia, which was the actual host of Quad Summit that year. This year also, India was the actual host of the Quad Summit. But because of some unforeseen circumstances, the leaders could not come to India and hold the Quad Summit. And hence, India and US have exchanged the hosting of Quad. Next year, India will be hosting Quad, and this year, President Biden is hosting Quad at his residence in Delaware, in Wilmington, in Delaware. And what's important here, remember, this happens when Prime Minister has visited Russia and Ukraine. Apart from that, the situation in West Asia is also, in a way, evolving every passing day. We have seen two back-to-back synchronized detonations in Lebanon, and the way there is a fear that the conflict can turn regional in nature. So this meeting becomes all important. Indo-Pacific is something that will definitely be discussed. And when we discuss Indo-Pacific, China remains the elephant in the room. Hence, be it Australia, be it Japan, be it India, or be it United States, all the four constituents of Quad will be putting a huge focus on China as well. White House has already announced that China is going to be on the top of the agenda. Apart from that, if we talk about this Quad Summit, why is this very important? Two of the leaders who will be part of this Quad Summit would be relinquishing their office anytime soon. Prime Minister Kishida from Japan would be returning to Japan and will be resigning, as which he has already resigned as Prime Minister of Japan. He'll be giving up on the post, and an intra-party election will take place in first week of October. And Joe Biden, as we all know, that has taken a step back from the presidential election, which means that both these leaders will be getting a farewell from the other two leaders. Be it Joe Biden, the president, who has welcomed these leaders, and White House has very categorically said that the president wants to have personal meeting with these leaders and want to give a personal touch to this meeting. So definitely, apart from Indo-Pacific, China, West Asia, Europe, the bohemy among the leaders is something that will be on display, and all eyes now on the declaration, joint declaration after this Quad Summit.
That's right, Rishabh. All eyes on that joint declaration that is expected out